everyone, this is Pure Intention Tarot, back with another yes or no pick a card reading. If you're not familiar with pick a card readings, go ahead and think of the question you want a yes or no answer to. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Pick whichever pile you are feeling most drawn to. There are timestamps listed below. You can go ahead and forward to that now to get the answer to your question. And we're going to go ahead and get answers or further information from your guides regarding your question and the answer that you get. So we are going to go ahead and just start right away here with pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, this is your reading, the answer to your yes or no question. We're going to jump right in here with the answer. Okay, so this is a yes. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the cards that we got here. So we got the Strength card. This is a brand new deck too. I love this deck. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever your guys' situation is, whether you wanted the yes or you did not, I am getting a really good vibe, a really good energy around this deck. I don't see anything, you know, super negative. The biggest kind of, the heaviest weighted card here is the Strength card. So I am getting either you guys need to kind of look at some inner strength here, or this might be, you might be at a point here where you've been kind of relying on yourself for a while, you know, kind of really depending on yourself, just kind of looking within and realizing your own strength. If that does not sound like you, Spirit is telling me that this is your, you know, your kind of kicking the ass here to start kind of looking at how strong you really are. And with that, you know, your kind of strength in this situation and what's going on is going to come, you know, with community and being kind of open and vulnerable. I am getting a call here to tell you guys kind of to be open with those around you. Be vulnerable, be comfortable with that situation. And I think for a lot of you that might feel kind of new or different. And I'm not exactly sure why that's coming out, but Spirit is telling me, hey, that's, if you're not comfortable with that or you're not used to that, this is what you need to be doing now surrounding this situation. Okay. We also have the Queen of Pentacles here, which is telling me, you know, whatever the situation is, it's, you know, it's going to work out in your favor. It's going to be, you know, a very abundant situation for you guys. I am kind of getting, though, I think some of you might kind of tend to be loners, or you might tend to be in a lot of solitude right now. This is kind of telling me like, hey, you're gonna get what you're asking for. You're gonna get the situation that you want at some point. And again, this is regardless whether you wanted this yes or no, not. But it's also telling me here to, hey, kind of go ahead and be mindful of the, I guess, kind of your tendency to kind of stick to yourself, I'm getting, or to kind of like close others off. Yeah, there's something I think that you guys are kind of battling, maybe emotionally. I think maybe some of you guys might have been dealing with, even if it's not related to this situation, may have been dealing with something that has kind of caused you to be closed off, you know, whether that's a love situation, yeah, a love situation, a, you know, a friendship type of situation. There's something where you guys may have felt, you know, kind of betrayed, or like something isn't quite right. Okay, and just as we were saying that too, we got the 5th chakra that came up. So I think this kind of goes along with, hey, you need to kind of be open to communication. Maybe that means kind of looking at whatever situation might be triggering you right now regarding this situation. Yeah, and just kind of be okay with that. I'm going to go ahead. Spirit is telling me, for those of you who this is a love situation, Spirit's telling me to go ahead and pull some love cards for you guys. For those of you who are not in a current love situation, or who do not really care about that right now, you can go ahead and just ignore this. We're just going to pull a card or two and you know, we'll kind of get back to some other energy surrounding the situation. So for those of you who are either, you know, in separation, or you're just kind of wondering about a love situation, you know, or wondering what's coming up next, let's go ahead and see. Ooh, that kind of popped right out there. Okay, so we got this card that flew out way over on the side. So healing heart. Whoops, I dropped it. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, so I think for some of you, this might be even kind of going back to what I was saying is you guys, I think, have been in a situation where you're guarded. You're not really voicing how you're feeling. And this is the time for you to kind of look into some healing with that. So even though you guys are going to be successful in this situation, or you're already currently pretty successful, you still need to be mindful of the piece of you that's like, hey, there's something else kind of going on here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get some energy, some more energy surrounding this situation for you guys. Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 1? Yeah, you guys, I'm not getting like I think that even for those of you who are still like healing right now, I'm either getting that you guys are either like really strong and you're just kind of like, yeah, I know I need to heal from that. I already know what I need to do. Or you're saying, or like you guys are going to realize like how strong you really are. Something surrounding this situation is involved with that. And then we also had the attachment card that came off. And the biggest thing, message that I got when I pulled this out is an attachment to yourself. So I'm not getting any attachment with another person, another thing, anything. This has to do with some attachment to yourself and something that you're not wanting somebody to see. Okay. And you guys will know what that means. Spirit, can we get some messages, regarding this attachment card? Is there something that you want pile number 1 to either be doing or taking a look at, or just any general message for those who chose pile number 1? Kind of see what this is. Yeah, and I keep getting the word embrace. So I think, you know, some of you just need to kind of embrace your situation, embrace yourself. So harmony and resolution came with this attachment card. Yeah, so I think there may be even something without a third party or a third situation kind of affecting you right now. And I think that the biggest thing that I'm getting here is just to kind of don't really worry about anybody else, but find what feels good and gives you resolve within yourself. Okay. Let's see, Spirit, any other messages we have for those who chose pile number 1? And then signs and reminders. Ooh, okay. All right. So for those of you who have things where you're like, oh, if I see this sign, or if I do this or I do that, pay attention to that right now, okay? Pay attention to it. If you guys are seeing different numbers, if you're seeing, you know, butterflies, and that reminds you of your grandma who used to tell you this or used to tell you that, or whatever the case is, you guys will know. Everybody's going to be different. Pay attention to that right now. Spirit is like screaming at me right now. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Let's see what other, we're gonna go ahead and see what other messages we have for those of you who chose pile number 1. Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 1? Okay. So we have the inner temple card here. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, and then get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So this kind of goes back to the overall feeling in this card. I think you guys, again, are either loners, or if you have not been being a loner right now, you might be overindulgent in, you know, community, going out, doing this, doing that, which is not a bad thing, but there's something within you that you need to kind of release, take a hold on, and resolve. That's the biggest thing that we're getting here. I'm going to stop this here. Spirit's telling me that's it. We don't have anything else. If you guys like this, please subscribe, like, comment, let me know what else you guys want to see. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do those on a donation basis only. And my email is listed in the description box below. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 2's reading here. Okay, if you chose pile number 2, this is the answer to your yes or no question. So go ahead and think of your question here. We're going to get the answer, and then we are going to get some more information and more clarity around the situation. Okay, so this is a big yes. There's no doubt in this yes. So whatever your question is, it's a yes. And I think that the biggest vibe I'm getting here for a decent chunk of you is you may not have been wanting this yes. Or if you did want this yes, I think that there's a lot of like relief around the situation. But for those of you who you were not wanting the yes, I think that there's been some denial around the situation. Okay, and not really kind of looking at things for what they are. And kind of being naive with your emotions, okay? And even if this yes was for you, I'm still getting kind of a, hey, well, you know, be mindful of this situation, whatever it is, kind of pay attention to it. In terms of, you know, just because somebody might be telling you one thing doesn't necessarily mean that that's the truth, okay? Yeah, and again, I'm never really going to sugarcoat anything. I'm getting kind of a duped kind of energy, something, and it may not be directly related to this, but there's something in your guys' life or something kind of near you right now where somebody is trying to dupe you. And I think they might be doing a pretty good job of it. Spirit, we are going to go ahead and pull some messages from our love oracle. For those of you who this might be like a love related situation, or even just like a relationship in terms of like a friendship situation. Let's see what messages we can get here, Spirit. What messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2, Spirit? What messages do we have? Ascending. So we got transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Okay. Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? What other messages do we have? This one wanted to pop out, so we're going to take it in abundance. Okay. Yeah. So these are good. Okay. So there's something in the situation, I think, that if you guys kind of see the situation for what it is, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to walk away from this. But I think that if you kind of, you know, take your blindfold off, take your mask off and look at things clearly, and maybe get kind of out of some of this emotion that you guys are in. You guys are a bit in your feelings too much, and the logical thinking that is happening is being done in a way that isn't serving you. So I think that once, you know, you can take a look at that situation, you're going to, you know, first you're going to be ascending here. You're going to be, you know, walking away from things that aren't serving you correctly. And this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This just might be, you know, you might have a friend who you've been, just as an example, you've been friends with forever, who you guys had a falling out. That doesn't mean you have to stop talking to them forever. It just means, oh, hey, my energy isn't really being spent very wisely here. Let me take a look at the situation and let's, you know, we can deal with that later, or, you know, we can accept that this situation is over. Just kind of taking a look at things differently maybe than you normally would have. Okay. And then here, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. And remember to be, have gratitude for everything. Okay, because when you have that gratitude, that's when you start kind of moving over into the 5D, you know, and start looking over into the quantum realm, and you stop, you know, manifesting things, with linear time, and you kind of start pulling from other areas. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? Well, that one wanted to pop out. Spirit, what other messages? That one wanted to pop out too. Okay, so we have the thinking woman. Okay, so some of you guys are just already in your head thinking. Otherwise, I think this is Spirit saying, hey, kind of mind what you're thinking. Mind what you're thinking. Change the way you're thinking. And then we have action. Okay, so go ahead, take action. Move forward with what you're wanting to do right now, whatever this situation is. But again, Spirit's telling me again, hey, get out of your feelings for a minute about the situation. Let's kind of look at things from a different perspective. Let's look at things in a positive manner. And if this is not something that you're like thinking of necessarily in a negative way, Spirit is saying still like, hey, look at things a little bit differently. And you guys will know what that means. If this resonates with you, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? Raise your vibration. See, I was just kind of saying that, guys. Look at this. Raise your vibration. I was just saying this about the 5D. Okay, so this is a big time. Spirit is telling me to tell you, hey, mind your thoughts. Go ahead and meditate. Focus on exactly what you want and be grateful for it, even though it hasn't happened, because that's going to put you in that energy of you already have it. And that's how you're going to transcend that things happening in linear time. So this is a situation where this is going to happen as fast as you manifest it. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? Spirit just told me, be mindful of what you're listening to. That might be like TV programming or music, or maybe just somebody who's like negative in your life. Like, just be mindful of what you're listening to. Okay, see, we got the yes. This is your big yes. This is kind of a reminder. Hey, yes, yes, yes. This is a yes for this situation. Get moving. Take your action like Spirit is telling you to do. Just go make, get out of your feeling. Kind of start thinking about the situation in a different way and just go. And then strength and guidance. And this is Spirit just telling me that to know that you're divinely guided, and your spirit guides are there with you along the way. I'm getting a really heavy presence of like a female figure. So if any of you thought of somebody maybe who has passed on, or somebody who is, just really big in your life, and I am getting a heavier energy of somebody who's passed on. Again, I'm getting a female energy, kind of a younger, I want to say like in their 20s, 30s. I'm saying like maybe mid 20s to mid 30s type of energy going on here. That's coming out really, really heavily. So if that resonates with you, this is, one of your spirit guides saying, hey, I'm here. I didn't leave you. I'm not going anywhere, but hey, I'm gonna kind of guide you through this, or remember that you have other guidance here. It's not just you alone. Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 2? So we have Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Okay. And when I get that card, I get kind of back to this. I usually get a pretty big vibe of this is your, kind of your spirit guides, your spirit family kind of reaching out and saying, hey, we're here. There's more than this 3D world that we're living in. Go ahead, and if you're not maybe familiar with 5D or like manifestation or the quantum realm, go ahead and look up some YouTube videos about it. I think that this will kind of help put in place your kind of goal or what you're trying to do here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave this reading here. If you guys like this, please subscribe, like, comment. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, I do those on a donation basis only. my email is listed in the description box below. Go ahead and shoot me an email. Again, it's all donation based, so whatever you guys want to pay, we want to keep it nice and pure, and get readings for those of you, excuse me, who need them. We're going to go ahead and start pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, this is your reading. We are going to jump right into your yes or no. Ooh, okay, and we have a yes. All right, so let's take a look. We have the 3 of Swords here. We have the Hermit. We have the King of Swords. And we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so immediately I'm getting that you guys have been kind of withdrawn. You're feeling really, really, really betrayed. But you're also kind of in this energy where you're like almost like, screw this situation. Like, I'm going to slay this either way. Spirit is telling me that a lot of what you're feeling right now is mostly in your head. I think that some of you, whatever the situation is, whether you wanted this to be yes or no, either something surrounding the situation or something else going on in your life, Spirit's like, hey, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be watching this video. There's something that has been bothering you. You're keeping it inside, and I want you to know that it's not as heavy as you think that it is. A lot of this is you kind of being just in your own head, and taking that kind of to heart. And you don't need to, okay? You just really don't need to. Spirit, I'm going to ask for some clarifier here. Spirit, can we get some clarifier on this King of Swords energy? Spirit, what other messages do we have for those who chose pile number 3? Can I get some clarity on this King of Swords energy here? We're going to pull this one out because this guy wanted to come out here. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands here. Excuse me. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is a really, really kind of, you guys are really in your head right now, either over this situation or over something that's going on right now. Sorry guys, my cat's meowing in the background. But he's, even just my cat kind of coming in here right now, because cats are kind of like, they really offer protection and taking away negative energy. Yeah, there's something here that Spirit is telling you, hey, you need to either, do some cleansing, let go of this energy, or just kind of, God, there's something surrounding this that is super heavy, super negative, something negative. So if you guys have anybody surrounding you with this situation, if you guys have been feeling like you're alone, or just whatever the situation might be. Gosh, we got a whole nother reading here that popped out. Okay, so we have Keepers of the Earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Okay, so you're not alone in how you're feeling. We have Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Okay, we have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? We have Awakening. Energetic upgrades. A new way of being. Integration. And we have No. Wait. Postpone. Pause. Say no. Okay. The biggest thing that popped out here, when I first started pulling these over, and I'm getting this energy pretty heavily, just with this whole reading in general, with the other piles as well, that I think for some of you, a lot of you, this has to do with something relationship related, whether it's romantic, business, friendship, just it's something to where a relationship is pretty heavily weighted in here. Okay. Maybe it's your relationship towards how you feel about yourself, or about how somebody else feels about you. But Spirit's kind of telling me like, hey, this is something where you're in control of your own mind, you're in control of your own life, your own situation. Go ahead and cut the things off that aren't serving you anymore. Cut off the people, the situations that aren't doing you any good. Get rid of it. If there is a situation where somebody is, you know, you're kind of going back and forth and questioning, like, is this situation good for me? Is it not good for me? Spirit saying, just say no. Don't waste your time. Cut the cord. You know, kind of get over, not get over the situation, but like get moving on from it. Get moving on from this energy that you're in. And I get that you guys are in kind of like almost like a stuck, kind of sad, and maybe not even necessarily sad, but just kind of, you guys are stuck in your head. Okay, and a lot of it I'm getting is from somebody else. Like, I'm getting like judgment. Spirit keeps telling me judgment, like you're feeling really judged right now. Yeah, there's something in this situation, surrounding the situation. Because we got cats again on here. I know there's other animals on here, but there's little cats on here. Cats, elephants. There's some eagle imagery, the moon. So this is kind of getting back to your roots, back to what you want. Don't worry too much about anybody else and anybody else's thought process around your situation or what you've got going on. Go ahead and just worry about yourself. So we have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So this could be in regards to oh gosh, literally just a relationship. You guys might be, you know, dealing with a breakup or something right now. The end of a, you know, friendship, any type of situation. And it's okay to feel that, but try not to get too stuck. Try not to get too stuck in your head, okay? And my cat over here is crying. He's like, come on. Yeah. And I think that for some of you, what I'm getting is spirits wanting to say, hey, this situation, whatever it is, it's not really easy for anybody. So don't really feel like you're alone. And then not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. Okay, so this might be you. This might be your guys' energy. You know, kind of with you in that really big hermit kind of energy. This is the main energy behind your guys' reading. Is, you know, whatever you're kind of feeling right now, try not to let it hinder you for too long. Like, feel what you need to feel, but go ahead and just keep kind of moving forward, okay? Spirit, can we get some energy messages around this reading here? Spirit, for those who chose pile number 3, can we get some energy around this? So envy. So this might be a situation, you guys, where there's somebody who's envious of you, and if there has been a fallout or a bad situation, it could be because of this person's envy, and you may not know it, or this may be your own envy, okay? I'm getting kind of explore that. Like, I'm not getting like a screw this person or this situation. It's like Spirit's like, hey, explore that situation. And I think, again, here, this kind of goes back to, I think that this is either really heavily your energy or really heavily the energy surrounding your situation. You guys are comfortable where you're at. You're in your safe space right now. But in order to kind of push this energy forward, you need to kind of get out of your safe space here and get out and go explore. Okay, Spirit, do we have any other messages for those who chose pile number 3 here? Any other messages? Guys, and I know this is like maybe not the most like positive, uplifting, fun reading, but I will never like sugarcoat stuff. Okay, I will never, ever, ever, ever sugarcoat anything. So we have caution here, and then we have movement. Okay, so again, I feel like this is, hey, you guys are being, you know, kind of really, really cautious. You might be being overly cautious, kind of protecting yourself from a situation. But Spirit's saying that you can go ahead and kind of move forward, and keep moving, because if you don't keep moving, you're going to kind of be stuck in this energy. And the only way to kind of break from it is to go ahead and keep moving, get moving forward, okay? So I am going to go ahead and end this reading here. If you guys like this, please subscribe. I do appreciate your subscriptions. Please like, comment. If you guys are interested in other types of readings, please go ahead and let me know what you're interested in seeing. I do offer personal readings on a donation basis only. I want to keep things affordable for everybody. My email is listed in the description box below. Otherwise, I want to thank you all for watching. Do not forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys another time. Bye-bye.